And now, your WZDX Pinpoint Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman.
So I became a fiance last week, but this weekend you're becoming a fiance to a husband.
Yeah.
Are you so excited?
I am. You know, people on my Facebook have been trying to figure it out for a very long time now as to when I'm getting married. So I guess it seems appropriate that I can tell you I am getting married this weekend. So this is the last day Julia gets to hang out with me for like 2 weeks.
I'm really sad about it. I'm excited to see Emily, but it's going to be tough without you, but this is going to be such an exciting moment. I am so excited for you. I wanted to say it so bad all night tonight, but I'm glad that you let me.
Julia has in fact been begging to talk about my wedding on television, so I've given her 15 seconds of fame. It only seems appropriate that I would have to deal with the potential for severe weather the day before I leave for my wedding. Thankfully, we're not talking about any severe weather this evening across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Instead, we're just talking about a lot of very heavy rain, more specifically across northwest Alabama. Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin counties getting into Lawrence and Morgan counties. Some pockets of heavier rain across the I-65 corridor getting into Limestone County. Maybe some heavier rain beginning to move into the Huntsville metro area. Rain a little lighter across northeast Alabama, Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall County. So certainly some good news there, but we're not necessarily out of the woods just yet. We're still talking about the remnants of Ida, of course. Right now, Ida is just a tropical depression with sustained winds of 35 miles per hour. Center area of low pressure still hanging out over Mississippi. A lot of rain to come yet across Birmingham down into Montgomery. The good news here, none of this activity, Birmingham down into Montgomery, even down towards the Gulf Coast, the Mississippi coast, none of this activity comes with any severe weather. There are no severe thunderstorm watches, severe thunderstorm warnings. There's no tornado watches, and there's no tornado warnings. But that's not to say we're out of the woods just yet. We're going to continue to monitor the opportunity for some severe weather as we head into the overnight and then early into your Tuesday morning. Our primary concern is going to be heavy rain. Our secondary concern going to be damaging winds. Our ground is really saturated, so it's actually not going to take a lot of wind to do quite a bit of damage. And then there is an isolated tornado threat. We're not talking about monster tornadoes. We would be talking about brief tornadoes that are going to develop and then go away very, very quickly. If we see any tornadic activity develop across the Tennessee Valley, it would be in these convective rain bands really early Tuesday morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Now, this is only if we can see whatever instability is hanging out in these convective bands tap into the wind shear that's available for a brief, isolated, really quick tornado to develop. Odds are better than not. We're just going to end up talking about some very heavy rain through the overnight that's going to lead to some flash flooding. Those rain chances are going to stick with us through 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Definitely going to need the umbrella for the morning commute, and maybe allow yourself several extra minutes and plan accordingly if one of the roads you travel on typically floods. Even at the lunch hour, we're still going to be talking about a fair amount of heavy rain across the Tennessee Valley. It's not until we get into the later part of the afternoon, the evening, and eventually through the early part of the overnight that the rain finally comes to an end across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Just in case we do see any severe weather, make sure you have multiple ways to receive your weather alerts: the WZDX app, your NOAA weather radio, television, of course, and social media is always a good place to find that information as well. All of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee sits under a flash flood watch. That's not going to expire until 1 a.m. Wednesday morning, not Tuesday morning, but Wednesday morning. On top of the rain we've already seen, many across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee are still talking about an additional 2 to 4 inches. Locally, I think we're talking about an additional 4.5, 5, maybe even 6 inches of rain. All of that is really bad news, but there is some good news. Look at the 7-day forecast. It is actually a beautiful 7-day. Plenty of sunshine by the time we get to Thursday. I've got a high right around 81 degrees. Temperatures hanging out in the lower 80s through Friday, 83 on Friday. The Huntsville Ghost Walks return to Huntsville, by the way, on Friday and Saturday. 85 on Saturday, 88 on Sunday, 87 for your Labor Day. That's all I've got for you this evening.